Hello, welcome to Trisha's Cards and Crafts and my Techniques Tuesday. Today I'm going to make another Easter card, but this one's going to be slightly different. It's going to be a more religious type card, and the techniques I'm going to use some masking and blending, and I'm going to stamp over the blending as well. So I thought I'm going to be using a square card, a 6-inch square card. So I've cut a mat of I might change that. I'm going to cut a mat and put underneath, and that will be 5.5 inch square. So this piece here is 5.25 inches square. I'm going to be using balmy blue to do the blending. I won't be taking this off until afterwards. This is a strip of post-it note tape. I found these, there's two different sizes. I've got this one, and if I can find it, oh, there it is, and this one. And these were two that I found in, I think it was either Aldi's or Lidl's. I can't remember which one. I think it might be Lidl's. And it just came in these plastic containers, and you've just got 2 rolls in this one with the thinner tape and 1 roll of the thicker tape, which I think is probably twice the thickness. And this one here, these two are in 1 inch wide, so possibly this one is, let's check, yeah, just about 2 inches wide. It's just slightly, very slightly less. So that's the tape I found. You don't have to use that. You could use a post-it note if you've got the Stampin' Up masking sheets that you can cut to size. I have got them, but I can't find them, so I can't use them, which is typical. But you can get masking tape, sheets of masking tape, masking sheets you can get from Stampin' Up as well. So you could use those if you haven't got. You can use a post-it note, which you cut down to the shape and size you need. These 2 strips I've cut with my guillotine, my mini guillotine, and this is 4 inches and that's 3.5 inches long. And then I try to get that as near to the centre. I sort of try to centre it up on my grid paper and use that, and I put a ruler down as well to try and get it centered. And I didn't do that when I eyeballed it, but I measured it, and there is an equal amount on each side. So this is what my card is going to be based around. So I'm going to do a cross and put some flowers and things and decorations over the top of the masking, and then I'm going to take it off, and you will reveal the shape of the cross in the middle. Hopefully it'll work. So that's what I'm going to be using. So the stamps I'm using, I've got the Happy Easter sentiment from the Excellent Eggs, which will go on inside. I'm not going to put it on the outside. And then I've got, it's not that there. Where's it gone? This one. The Notes of Nature stamp set. I'm using this and this from there, this set, the Notes of Nature set. And then I'm using, if I can find out what I've done with it, that's odd. I'm using some leaves. I know what they're from. They're from this one, the Heartfelt Hexagon, which is an online exclusive. I'm using this leaf as well. Possibly I'm going to try using that as well. So those are the 2 stamp sets that I'm using pieces from. Again, you could probably get away without using this one. I might not even use it, I'll see. I'm going to do the flowers in Moody Mauve, well, the outline of the flowers, and I'm going to use Old Olive to do the foliage, this stamp here. Okay, and I'm going to do my blending using the Balmy Blue. Now I do need a piece of scrap paper to go underneath. I'll use this one. It doesn't have to be clean. So let's just make sure I haven't got too much on my brush already, because I don't want it to be too dark. And I'm using the Balmy Blue because it's quite a light colour, hopefully. And I'm going to start in the middle and I'm just going over the shape of the cross that I've made. And I'm going to go all around it. I was going to use a mask of petal pink, and I've cut it to size. But deciding on the colours that I'm using now, I don't think I will use the petal pink, so I will find another colour to go behind this and cut a mask from it to use behind it. So it doesn't look as if it's that dark at the moment, but it will get darker, and when you take the mask off, the post-it note tape off, it will be dark. It will be very white in the centre. So even though it might not look very dark when you're stamping or when you're blending, it will get darker when you take the mask off. So here we go. I want to make sure that it is dark enough before I start inking, because I don't want to go over the inking, the stamping once I've started, because then it will change the colours around. There we go. Right, let's try and get the middle a bit darker and go lighter as it goes out. A little bit more on this side. There we go. I think that's probably going to be enough for now. Well, hopefully it will be enough now. Oops, there we go. I'm going to close that up, and hopefully I haven't got too much all over my hands. And I'm going to put this flower using, I think I am going to use Moji Mole for this, because it will need to be a little bit. Let's have a look, see what it looks like first before I decide finally. No, I think that will be okay. I want this to go over here, and I'm not worried if it's going to be masked off it slightly. That's fine by me. And that one just there. I might just do a couple more further down as well. There we go. So that's all I'm going to do, I think, with that one. Now for my old olive. I'm going to use this this one here. Looks a little bit like cow parsley, maybe, something like that, but that's fine. I'm going to use that one as well, and I'm going to do that. Try not to do too dark. I don't want it to be very dark, and I don't really want to overlap the flowers too much either, because I'm hoping to colour those in a little bit. Because the post-it note is there, it will make a difference as to how like there's a slight step when you stamp, so it does affect it slightly. And on the end and up here, I might just do another one just here and do another right there, do another one down here, and do some lighter pieces there. That's quite nice because it gives you a little bit. I'm going to stamp off and put some more behind, stamp off and put some lighter layers behind there. I think that looks quite nice. Put another one just there and there. I think I just, never mind. And maybe I will put some of these leaves in. They might be a bit darker. Don't think that actually came through a bit much. There we go. And maybe a little bit up here and there. I think that's okay. Now I'm going to go back to my Moody Mauve and I'm going to find my blender pen. This is a blender pen and I'm not quite sure what is inside, but they're both the same. They're like a brush tip on the inside and they're clear liquid, so it's not. I'm just going to take a little bit of the ink on the pen itself and just give a little bit of colour to the flowers. Not too much to the smaller one, just lightly. We'll also take colour from the ink as well, so you don't have to add too much ink because it will take colour from the stamped image as well. There we go. There we are. So that's my colouring. Just take off the excess ink of my blender pen before I put it away because I don't want to have to pick it up next time. Although it looks as though there's colour on it, nothing's coming off, as you can see. Okay, so that's ready for next time I want to use it. So I'm going to put this away now, and I'm going to need some, I think I'll use some Moody Mauve, and I'll cut a piece to go underneath, if I can actually get it out of the pack. Here we go. Right, so this will then go underneath that. So let me cut myself a piece of this, and then we will reveal. That was 5.5 square. Alright, so, and I found my, well, I haven't found it, my order has come in with my scoring tool as well, so I got a scoring tool on my trimmer again. Great. Right, I'll get rid of this piece because we don't need this now, and we will start. See, that will go on there, so it'll bring out the Moody Mauve from the colour. So we can now remove this, and that is the space that's left behind. I think that looks really pretty. So that you can use to make another card, or you can use it to mask off something else. You can just use the shape, or you can just use the strips if you want to. So this is my card, which I'm now going to attach to the mat. If you had another sentiment that you would want, that you wanted to put on the inside, if you were making Easter cards, you could put the, I think, let me just check, I'm pretty sure it would fit. You could put the Happy Easter, yeah, in the centre there, and that would be quite nice too. So it's up to you how you, what you do, but that's, I'm not going to do that because I'm just going to trim this fluffy bits off the side of this card, because obviously I need a new blade as well. They don't always last forever, and it depends on what paper it's cut as to how well it lasts as well. So there we go, that's going to now fit onto my card. Some Tombow on the back, and I want it to be quite simple and straightforward. So this one I'm not going to put on dimensionals. I could have put dimensionals on the back of that layer, but I think it looks quite nice as it is. I don't really want to take away from that because it's quite a plain and pure and simple card, and I'm going to leave it like that. I will put one of these flowers, I'll do it in the Moody Mauve. If I take this off here a second, and I'm going to put that on the envelope here. Whoops. And I'm going to put one on the inside of my card, just here. And then I'm going to use my old olive for the sentiment on the inside. My Happy Easter. Oh, not that one. Good job there was no ink on it. And move that over the other side. Here we go. There we go. Right, so that's going to go there. There we are. So we've got our Happy Easter on the inside, and we've decorated the envelope as well. So this is my Easter card, and the technique for, I mean, the blue didn't look as though it was that dark, but with the white, because it's the white is really stayed white under the mask, it really shines through. So I think that's a really pretty card, and I hope you enjoy the technique. You can do that with any shape. It doesn't have to be a cross. You could do an Easter egg shape, maybe cut out an oval and do the similar sort of thing with that, and mask off the shape of the egg. That would be an interesting one as well if you're doing an Easter card. Anyway, thank you very much for joining me. If you want any of the information on anything I've used, you can find the Heartfelt Hexagon and the Notes of Nature stamp set and the Easter Excellent Eggs. Those are all on my online shop. If you need any information about the sizes of anything that I've used, so the card base was a 6x6, the multi-mauve layer was 5.5 by 5.5, and then this one was 5.25 by 5.25. So I used 2 strips of the tape. You can probably get it in other places, and it isn't always in Aldi's or Lidl's, but I managed to find it once when it was there, so I've used quite a lot of it. I find it quite useful, but you could use masking tape if you take a lot of the sticky off it. It should still work. I mean, I've got this narrow post-it note tape, which you can find, I don't know where my roll of it has gone. You can buy that on Amazon. I don't know whether you can buy this tape as well on Amazon, but as long as you've got a tape that you can get most of the sticky off, so it's not too sticky and won't take the paper away, you could use that, or you can get the masking paper from Stampin' Up as well, so they sell it too. And then just be creative and enjoy what you're doing. Thanks very much for joining me, and I will see you again hopefully tomorrow. Bye for now.